Hello and welcome to BeamNG.drive. Today, 5 more vehicles will be run on my track. 4 of them have already been here in different configurations and one it's brand new. For example, the first it's the Braco Moonhawk 448 V8 Sport, and the first time it was there, it was a donk configuration, so very different configuration compared to this, because this is a sportier, let's say, configuration, because it has a very big engine, but it doesn't have a lot of power, so the time probably won't be the most exciting, but at least hopefully I will beat the donk, because getting beaten by a donk, it's a bit humiliating in my opinion. Okay, let's focus on the race, on the lap. Now past the cylinders with a very good line. Let's see the straight line top speed, 135, 142 did I see, okay, and I was late on the brakes. That's a very big time killer there, getting almost stalled on the climb. Let's see, the ribbons shouldn't be a problem, and now towards the oil pan destroyer. Yes, okay, again, all the tries, the oil pan got destroyed in that section, so I was not surprised. Okay, now I have to be careful here, because with this car it's very easy to have a lot of understeer. You wouldn't expect it, because it has a 7.3 liter engine, rear wheel drive, but it understeers a lot more than it should be. It almost understeers more than it oversteers, so it's a weird vehicle. Now let's see the jump. Oof, a small double bounce, it makes you lose a little bit of time. Okay, now towards the snake. Now here the understeer is a lot if I brake a little bit later than I should. And as you can see, I'm full lock to the right, and I was understeering quite a lot. Okay, but the snake is known for being a lot tricky to this kind of vehicle. Okay, and now blasting towards the finish line with a very respectable time. The second vehicle is a first generation street-tuned Pessima. The other Pessima that ran gearbox, okay. The other Pessima that ran on this track was the Pessima 2.0 GTZ, and it was the benchmark for the lap time, because it was the first vehicle running this lap. Now this is a lot faster than that. Oh, wow, wow, that I thought I would fly off the track, but that was incredibly smooth. That can save a lot of time. It can happen rarely, so that I'm really happy. I hopefully will finish this lap, 175 km top speed, by the way, and it is a lot more powerful than the first Pessima that I ran, but the brakes are way worse. It's terrible. It brakes a lot later than the standard Pessima, because I don't know why, but they forgot to change the brakes when they street tuned it. But it is way faster, so that should make up for it. Okay, now here, be careful, I don't want to fly off, because braking just half a second later, you will fly easily off the track. That's why that corner can be tricky. Now, let's see this part of the track, the bump. Okay, because it has stiff suspensions. Okay, that was decently handled. The jump, okay. Be careful here, because I don't want... Oh, no. Okay, I saved it. Nice. Okay, now, this part is terrible for this car. It has a lot of understeer, but with a touch of handbrake, I should be able to fix it, at least part of it. Okay, whoa, the time is awesome. The third vehicle is the MD60 school bus short version with jet rockets. Why the rockets? Because otherwise I can't complete the lap. I get stuck on the climb after the ribbons. This vehicle is very difficult to handle on this track. First of all, because of the rockets. They are always active, so when the gas hits, I have to be extra careful to not floor it. Otherwise the rockets will fire and I will lose fuel, and maybe I don't want them to fire in that particular moment. Like this part here, for example, it's difficult because if I floor it at the wrong moment, I will smash head-on on the cylinders, but this time I was able to do it somewhat clean. Now here I have understeer on the banked corner. Now I have to be careful because I'm almost out of rocket fuel. Okay, now the brakes here. It is difficult to judge because sometimes you have to you have to push the rockets, sometimes you don't, so okay. Now here it's very difficult on the ribbons. I have just a little bit of fuel, hopefully it will be enough. Okay, whew. That was barely enough. Okay, now I have to be careful because I'm on the engine alone and it isn't very fast. As you can see, I'm struggling to climb before the 0G. Okay, and I also have to be careful, but now I don't have the rockets, so it should be easier because I can blow up the engine. If I am on low gear and floor it, the rockets will power it too much and the engine will blow, but now I have not that problem anymore because I'm out of fuel. So this bump was not a problem. The jump will only make me lose speed. Okay, but at least I'm losing speed slowly. I don't need to brake for this part at least, which is nice. Okay, now here beware of the understeer. Let's brake early because it's a heavy vehicle, so I don't want to fall off after I've been able to complete the first part, which is the most difficult because you need to be careful with the rockets. Now here I just need to floor it. I don't care of anything else. I don't have understeer and neither oversteer, which is nice. And towards the finish line with time debatable. Another silly vehicle is next, and it's the BX series drag. And this vehicle bamboozled me because I thought it would be a nightmare, but it's probably because of the rear drag tires that are extremely grippy that this vehicle can have a solid shot at beating all the other times. The difficult part for this vehicle is the ribbons, because it is extremely grippy, so it wants to follow the track, and it's a thing you don't want it to do. And other than that, we already had a BX on this track, but it was a donk. So far for the BX we have a lot of silly configuration, and it was almost 210 km per hour top speed, which probably it's the fastest I've already run this track. And now here, okay, let me concentrate, slow, okay, I wanted to follow the middle of the part, not the outest part of the track, because I will fly. Okay, let's see here, be careful, because it's easy to get speed on this car. It is extremely powerful. It is somewhat light because it is empty on the inside. I don't even have fuel, so be careful. And it isn't even understeering because dragster usually need to go straight, so they have thin front wheels, but that was a lot less understeer than you would expect. Let's see here. Okay, I have some kind of suspension damage, but I have still no problem. Okay, I'm going slow because I'm scared I will fly off the track, or I will just flip, because with very solid stiff suspension it's easy to flip. Okay, now can I floor it? Yes, okay. I didn't beat the top time, but it was really fast. The last vehicle is the Hiroshi SBR4 rear-wheel drive S version. This vehicle has already run on this track as electric, so now we will have a direct comparison between electric and IC powered versions of the same vehicle. Now, for this car I have removed all the ESC because it was incredibly invasive, and I don't feel the absence of that, so that's nice. Now, this is a very fast car because it's still a supercar. Maybe this is on the lower end configurations, but it's still pretty fast, so I have to be extra careful. Also, my PC wants to die today. I don't know why I have these huge drops in FPS. So far I haven't got them in crucial parts, but let's see. The top speed was about 165, but oh my god, these FPS drops, it's terrible. Why? Okay, I don't know. A bit of oversteer at the exit of the climb. The ribbons. Ooh. Okay, that was not expected, and I broke the oil pan, but that's not news. It happens a lot in that part. Now here, please don't have drops again of FPS, because I need all the control of the vehicle I can, because it's difficult. If I don't get a good line on this part, okay, it will start to spin. That's nice. This time it didn't happen. Now I'm very understeering on the outside of the corner. Let's see the jump. A little wheelie from the SBR4. Some airtime. Okay, engine oil, I don't care. I'm about to engage the snake part. Okay, with some understeer. Terrible. I know that a lot of people watching this will scream that this is not a good line. Okay, wait. Okay, that was risky. I got stuck a few times on the curb. Okay, and okay, very good time. And let's take a look at the leaderboard, because there are very interesting results. 2 vehicles were 11 seconds faster than their counterparts, while the other 2 were slower by not even a second, so that's nice. Let's start with the fastest for today, the BX Series Drag. It's in position number 5 with the time of 1 minute 54 seconds and 601. The BX Donk sits in position 17, 11 seconds later. Now, next there is the Pessima first generation street tuned in position 8 with 1 minute 57 seconds and 222. So 2 vehicles were below the 2-minute mark, which is nice. And the other Pessima is in position 23 with a time of 2 minutes and 8 seconds, so pretty far away from each other. And then we have the most interesting one, the SBR4 S version. It's in position 12 with a time of 2 minutes, 0 seconds and 625. And the ESBR is in 2 minutes, 0 seconds and 393. So they are one after each other. The engine, the IC powered SBR is not even 3/10 slower than the electric one. So that's a very nice comparison. They are almost equal, which is lovely. And then we go a bit lower to find the Monarch 448 V8 Sport in position 34 with a time of 2 minutes, 13 seconds and 080, which by far it's not a bad time. It's just we have a lot more faster vehicles comparing this to the benchmark. And the Donk is in position 32 with a time of 2 minutes, 12 seconds and 252. So 8/10 separate the Donk from the 448 V8, and the Donk is a bit faster. That was surprising to me. And then, of course, we go very low to the bottom to find the MD60 school bus JTO rocket powered bus that has a time of 2 minutes 36 seconds and 876, and it is the slowest of the vehicles that run in the 2-minute interval. Then after that there is the Sambecco, the T series and the Capsule in the last positions. But if we want to do a small comparison as well, it is almost a minute faster than the Capsule, so at least there is that. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.